How y'all doing? You know me and my goofy self. We finna do Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius up in this house. How y'all doing, homies? Let's talk about it. I want to put y'all like, share, and subscribe. You know you follow me to the end. We work together till we get begin. Then we gonna keep it going, win again. Y'all like, share, subscribe. I appreciate all of y'all that's following me. Y'all such 100. You know, I needed some thin, deep people to follow me right now. Because, boy, they got so much going on around me, it ain't even funny. So we going to talk about it. Y'all want to talk about it? Y'all want to know about it? Whatever comes out, we going to say it now. It's going to make some people mad. You might not like what I say. This is allegedly entertainment purposes only. And it can lead to some things. Now, don't take me personal or be in your feelings. Now, Gemini, you know you first. Because we doing them air sounds, baby. Gemini, baby. Okay. Let's see here. Now what's going down, Gemini, in your energy? Now don't let me, if I say something, just I have to say it, okay? There's something you working on, some creation, Gemini. You're trying to create and discover something. You're working on making a discovery right now. What else is you trying to discover right now? Gemini, what else is you trying to discover? Oh, so you can't get, see, somebody's getting a renewal right now. So they can't discover shit. That's what I heard, allegedly. Because they did something in the past and they not wanting to go through that renewal because they didn't want to discover no creation. They didn't want to step into that zone of, well, the unexpected could happen and I got to be ready. This person wanted to stay in the zone of, I don't have to say nothing. I don't have to say nothing. What else going on, Gemini? So, this is a soulmate here. I should have known. It was the cool soulmate here that was isolating themselves, and they was hiding on the shelf. They was back there hiding, thinking they wasn't gonna get caught. Well, we gonna sit over here and play dumb, man. I ain't gonna get caught for playing dumb. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna be on this isolation over here, Gemini. What else, Gemini boy? Somebody put themselves in isolation because something about this soulmate. What's this isolation about? Okay. Because, see, somebody has some freaking insecurities. They was always insecure and always want to watch everything, and they was in the background just creeping like a creeper. You got a peeper. Gemini, you had you one of them people, and they was trying to make you out to be a victim. But no. You said no, they don't know my other skills. And see, Gemini, you come with a lot of skills. People don't know you. You said, I ain't no victim, and you ain't gonna come up over here, and you gonna come over here and take something from me. And y'all like, share, subscribe. I'm just telling you what they're telling me in my head. I'm channeling right now. Now, Libra, what's going on with you, Libra? What you want to say to Libra, most high? You know, in black magic, go back to center. It just rebutton back, and it will block. That's what it is. Somebody is in complacency, right? Somebody done got real complacent. They sitting over there like, man, I don't know what to do with myself. I really feel I'm over here. I'm over here wondering where the next day gonna lead me, man. I'm wondering. And then somebody over here is complacing themselves. And see, somebody needs to do with perfection. They was usually being a perfectionist. Somebody thought they was a perfectionist and a workaholic. They work and all they do is go home and work and no love and just told all them games and they was going to stay in the complacency and they was going to be there for long. You know, they thought they was going to live like, I'm going to have to speak all the world. I'm going to stay on my own because the world's dangerous. And I'd rather work and work on, somebody need to work on the perfections of the world. They think they're so perfect. Now what's going on? You thought you was perfectionist or you thought you was just so perfect? Now see, someone needed to need to understand, preserve themselves, but they didn't want to preserve. They wanted all the material things. They thought that was all important. They thought material things. And so, see, someone needed to go through an enlightenment right now. And see, they would have had growth if they would have learned how to forgive. The biggest thing is, you know, you got to learn to forgive things that hurt you. You know, because why should you forgive? Because Most High says, so you can look. See, so you can get in your destiny and pray. You know, prayer works so things can be more bittersweet and find your self-worth out in them streets. Because that's what's wrong, Libra. Sometimes we don't know our self-worth. We settle for what things we know we should let go. Now, let's talk about Aquarius. Aquarius, what's going on with you? Now Aquarius, now Aquarius, now Aquarius. What's going on with Aquarius? Oh, Aquarius, oh, Aquarius. Something about abundance going on, Aquarius. There's abundance comes with good old faith. Because you got that faith and you got that belief that your abundance is here. See, you listen to Most High. You have a higher way of thinking. I'm going to make it. It's nothing can stop me. It is my destiny. Somebody is being of service right now. They're servicing, helping people, and they don't care. They're passionate on helping people to get along with their lives and live long time and then go through expansion, wanting to expand themselves. But sometimes they feel a little confused though. They have a lot of confusion going about feeling paused and not being able to get this miracle. They feel like they were paused against this miracle, and they thought this miracle was going to show up to this aquarium because they instincts is telling them you had to get on the quest. You can't sit on the board and think that the miracle gonna come just like magical checkers. There it is. No, it's there when you put it stop. Something along the completion. Something comes to a quest. It's coming to a completion of this gossip about it. Somebody said that someone is not hearing this gossip and anticipating that things will change. There's going to be a change in that. We got to, Most High said, I'm going to change the dissipation. People think they can fat cake if they want, but it's going to be okay because all fat cakes will make you, fat cakes that you have in your mind, it's going to be balanced out. They're going to balance all this and all this freaking release all this quarter trotter in the background and all this trickery over vanity. See, people with vanity offered you money and you just went crazy and over vanity. Y'all went crazy and wanted to trickery over vanity. See, vanity would make you do crazy things because money, money, money. So somebody's going to have a grief because they lived in vanity, and somebody else is going to have some joy of, and they're working on their impartialities. They're starting to have gratitude for what is in front of them and what the wisdom that they're getting. They're loving themselves. They're not impatient. This person is, perception is, I'm going to work it out one day at a time, and somebody's not, rejection can be your blessing because who needs guilt about anything in the background? Some people living with a lot of guilt and they need to recover from it, and stop accepting things the way they are and despond yourself evenly and have fun and enjoy your life. It's nothing wrong with enjoying your life. It's when you sit there and act like you can't move, that's when you get problems. That's what I heard. You got to move to live, and you that way. Now let's keep going. Let's see, Gemini. What's going on here? What should I tell Gemini spirit? Anything else I need to tell Gemini? Goes along with this creation. It says there's something about Hotel M's, and this is trigger warning. You need to watch out, Franklin. Watch out going into some hotels allegedly. Something could happen. Just saying, be good. See, justice is here. It will resolve things to bring balance to humanity's sake. See, there's something here that ain't getting, no justice because it's an imbalance because it's nothing solved. Something back in July. Something about to ask you for a place to stay, but they changed their mind in the past. See, someone name was Roger. Somebody, could have been Roger. Someone here went from, see, Roger said someone's going to be going from rags to riches. That's what Roger was saying around the street, back on the pen. That's what somebody was saying. Somebody was going rags to riches. And what was going on with that? What's wrong with saying that? Man, what's wrong with that? I don't get it. Y'all, I'm challenged. That's what I'm just putting it in there. And they're coming out telling me. Okay, something about Andrew. Something about Andrew and this Aries. Something about Andrew and this Aries. What's going on, Gemini, with this Andrew and this Aries? What's the situation, man? This Andrew and this somebody named Andrews and this Aries. What's going on? What's going on about this? What's going on about this, man? What's going on? Sis? This sis? What's going on, sister, man? What's up? What's up? Give me some more. Okay. They says, congratulations, Laura. See, someone said, congratulations, Laura. There was going to be congratulations for you because of, somebody named Trina wants to say congratulations back in Massachusetts. What's happening in Massachusetts? Back in June and July, something happened, something happened that, let's see, something back in July. What happened back in June and July? Well, see, there was an air sign putting magic on you, black magic, but it went back. See, somebody said they had unconditional love, but they were putting black magic on. This air sign said there was pizza, no pizza for this. No, there's a baby on board. Someone named Larry here. Something about they had a lot of loan problems in the past. In them loan problems, they couldn't pay no more money. So someone named Charles in the Scorpio. Something about nothing will come of this situation. It's nothing coming of this situation. Something about don't lose or learn the lesson from your mistakes. You need to learn or you will lose. You need to learn. Do better and stop stealing. Someone didn't want to do it. Someone named Amanda didn't want to stop stealing back in July. They didn't want to start stealing, but they didn't know about the street lights that was seen from the past. Their love spells went back to center. All the love spells they sent out did not work. It says, you are not staying in my house. Hell no. That's what somebody that's a Leo in the past. Somebody told a Leo. You're not staying in my house. Somebody says, no, you got too much bad luck. I'm not going to be sitting around having all this bad luck. Somebody brought something about bad luck. I don't know what that means. Now, let's see what's going on, Leo. Why, Libra? Why do you feel complacent? Like you just complacent. Why do you feel like you just sitting there? What's going on, Libra? What's going on with Libra? Complacency. Okay, Libra. It says, I paid for magic on you in the past. See, that's why they acting like that. Somebody paid for magic on somebody. Their lawyer. They paid magic on their lawyer. Oh my God, somebody put magic on their lawyer. Oh, wait, that's crazy. They says, why you go away from me from the past? They wanted to know. They couldn't get an answer, so somebody was like, so they wanted the heaven gifts, but they didn't get none. Somebody doesn't have no heaven gifts. Someone on YouTube, they wanted to stop them from working on YouTube or making any money. They blocked their YouTube page. Someone named Regina done it. They kept calling them Libra. They kept calling on someone to block their YouTube page. And then they says, I miss holding you and touching your skin. Really? And you're blocking me? That doesn't make any sense. That means selfish. They says no. They said they wanted a new relationship and spiritual insight and growth. But you didn't have to do it like they had, though. I would have never done it like that. It says you need God in your life for the love and peace. Someone don't want God in their life, and you need God in your life. Somebody was an evil person in the past. You need to run from. This was a K-I-L-L-E-R person, L-L-E-R. See, someone was, why are you sleeping with your pets, allegedly? Magic was being done with these pets, allegedly, entertainment purpose, only under the trigger warning. But this was a karmic relationship. Karma they thought wasn't coming. Someone gets 5 to 8 years, 6 months in jail. They thought they wouldn't get. Somebody 24. Somebody says this was an injustice in the past. Something about they act like the Godfather in the past. I win, you lose it all, just period, somebody said. Somebody ain't got no creation. They're not creating shit. Somebody named Tony. They said stop lying. Somebody says luck is on your side. Luck is not on your side. It's not, because you got these DRUG problems and you got all that going on. You need to be good. Rehab is your name, baby. Allegedly. Somebody's a Taurus in the past said that rehab is your name. Somebody with an A in the name said something about, they said somebody 80 years old. Something about I lost my job and income due to so much stress from this, and I left behind a gray car. Somebody in a gray car. Somebody was a Virgo. I left behind, and this person was born a star in the past. I said this wasn't no star. I tell my friends about you, even though I said you wasn't no star. Somebody DNA test said you're the parent. Somebody's the parent. They said they wasn't. This was a karmic dag in the past. This girlfriend was trying to hurt you in the past. Somebody named Bella. They were trying to take you out. Allegedly, somebody named Billy. Allegedly. Now let's move over here to Aquarius, baby. What's up, Aquarius? Let's see what comes out for you, homie. I don't know what they're doing. Take it with a grain of salt. Because what I'm finding out, what's up in this money and having faith? What's about this abundance and having faith? Aquarius, what's about this money and having faith? What you need to know. Something about someone lived on the west side of the world. Somebody lived abundant that was living on the west side of the world. What about this person? This was a black man. There was a black man. Aquarius, somebody was living on the west side of the world. It says, earth angels of love and light, peace and joy and happiness is coming to this person. It was an earth angel. Okay. Something about fears. This connection is too intense and I am afraid. Somebody's afraid about this connection. That's what an Aries is, Aquarius I'm talking about. This is baby mama drama is saying this. Somebody with baby mama drama is saying it. That their relationship is real toxic and can get crazy. Because they know the dad, something about they were saying the daddy was the daddy's this and the daddy that seed of the baby. Somebody back in Arkansas. That's what they were saying. I'm just saying. They said be quiet. Don't say nothing. Because they don't want you to say nothing about that baby. So don't say nothing about it. They said, watch out, signal. I will tell you when to move, and it's okay to move in. You need to be quiet. Let me tell you. Somebody said that 14 to 15 in the past they was. Sickness is coming. They need to watch out. I'm not a doctor, but they said something about some sickness. They says a new start is coming. It says Kiana, somebody named Kiana. It says, what about Kiana here? The baby this was the baby daddy. They said it wasn't a baby. So that's what they get. They said be yourself and then you win it all very soon. Keep your faith. Don't worry about that. They said the whole community, they now got all these sex disease and magic failed. This backspires on them. That's what Isabel is saying. All of them got them diseases on down there. Itching all the time, burning because they was doing all that sex magic. See, they was putting sex magic on the judge. But it got reversed, and that's why this dark-skinned lady was doing it. She was putting magic on the judge like crazy. They said this emotional, unavailable relationship in the past, somebody. They were very emotional, unavailable. And they was always stargazing at night. It's time to go back to school. Somebody need to take their butt back to school to get what they need. Somebody 56, they said. Somebody named Taylor in the past. They said, I'm going to get a new wish. No, you're not, Taylor, because of what you said. It says, I'm going to let God fix it because if I fix it, I'm going to jail for some bullshit. Somebody said they're not doing that. They're not going to let God fix it because they think like God couldn't do anything. And they're not going to wait. And they don't believe in God, this person. But they will because Most High says, everybody can say what you want. But when it happens, don't go crazy. They said, Archangel Shamel said, I'm not going to help you with your life purchase and triggers or blessed career coming because it's in reverse. See, because you don't want to listen. They says, you have a lot of roaches. Somebody need to watch out for some lot of roaches in your house, allegedly. You need to worry about them roaches sitting over here talking about you don't believe in God. Or you don't believe in nothing. You don't got no faith. You need to go on there. They said someone is trying to blind you with spell word, and they paid somebody on the west side, but it didn't work. It went back to center. See, somebody won't let you bind, says Evelyn said. From the past, somebody named Evelyn was trying to do this, trying to bind you. But see, rejection from my family was a blessing in the past. So that's what this person said. Because their decisions need to be made. They didn't want to make no decision. See, the moon card is here. Something going to change anyway. They said your mother or father is not your real daddy or your mother. That's the problem in the first place. See, they was doing mirror magic to go back on you, but it went back to center. It didn't work because you really not their kid. Respect me or just leave me alone, just period. Somebody said. You need to learn to respect me and get a regular agility test. Then somebody named Drake in the past was saying this. Someone will make you hide before they take you out, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. You need to watch out for somebody named Drake. Because they're going to try to make you hide before they take you out, baby. You or somebody in, that's Aquarius. They'll make you hide before they take you out. Someone named Drake. Watch out. We need to talk. No, we don't drink. Somebody going to get in trouble for drinking and driving in 3 days. A wreck or death is coming to legend. See, somebody thought they was going to jail, but now they end up wrecking their car and they end up going to the hospital. That's what I heard. And that's what it is. Y'all, they got me challenging on here, don't they? They challenge. This is see, they need to worry about all of them fourth projects they were trying to put. See, they was trying to put all these fourth projects on an Aries. Yes, they was. And that's what they were doing. She never loved you because they took you from the hospital in the past. Somebody took you from the hospital because that's why they didn't love you. Because they really was no connection with you. It takes bravery to love yourself on your weak emotions. You need to be brave, because I'm telling you something. It ain't going down. Somebody in the United States, a president. What about this election? What's going on with the president? This is why you like telling me all these lies. Why somebody said somebody was telling the president about the lies. Somebody 77 was just lying to the man. It says it's not about the money. Really, it's about the facts. No, it was about the money. Don't get that wrong and get that straight, because it was about the money. That's the main thing. It says secret, somebody had an ear infection in the past. They didn't hear me because they was hurting in their ears and some body changes in the past. So I think they just didn't hear me. They says, why you sleeping with your niece or your sister or your cousin? You took my man man or woman from me. One thing I don't steal and I don't do windows. They says I hurt so bad. No, they don't hurt inside now. They really would hope you believe that shit so they can go there and whoop you. I'm going to whoop your ass, but no, you ain't gonna get close enough because I ain't gonna be here. That's why I'm leaving. I'm running. I'm on the way, darling. I'm on my way. Somebody got a crazy love life. I'm telling you, they do. This says, why you put a hit out on me? They put a hit out on this person, put a hit out on somebody in the past. Says somebody plus that they put a plus in the past. They put a hit out on somebody. And plus Anthony was known about it too. Somebody named Anthony, somebody named April, and somebody born in April, somebody named Pierre. And somebody said they thought they was going to get a lawsuit in the past, but then somebody's conclusions are within reach. Somebody said somebody got a hepatitis C, and that's the problem, allegedly. I'm not a doctor, but I heard that through the grapevine. That's what they were saying about somebody named Lou. They were saying they had hepatitis C. I don't know who that is, allegedly. Somebody named Lou, L-O-U. Somebody says they was married, but they had a secret love case, and now they're getting divorced. That's what they said. They're going through a divorce because they didn't know this was the $144,000 they was messing with. They was trying to take somebody out of $144,000, and they was trying to hurt that person. And so now they gotta pay. Most High said they gotta pay, and it's like. It says the work of God is to believe in the one they sent. It said John 6:29. You didn't want to believe in the one that was sent, homie. So now God gonna show you. It says you gonna be spending too much more of your money on some lawyer time. That's what I said, honey. Somebody said you gonna be spending a lot of money, Coca-Cola Pop Man. They said somebody says Coca-Cola Pop Man. Something about they was laughing off, and they ain't laugh no more when they get all that spending that money on them. Won't be able to buy that Cola Pop. It says, I will never talk to you again. They talk to you. They just lying. They just lying. You don't believe everything you hear. They said they didn't want to believe you was a hero back in March. Nobody want to believe that. They thought you was just starting stuff. They says you were hot, my lady, But, that's a Sagittarius here. They want to know if you fake Earth Angel or you fake human. Are you Earth Angels, really? Are y'all fake? What the word? And somebody named Joy here. Somebody named Joy. They said, congratulations, Scorpio. Somebody could be named Sandy. They said, you eat too much sweets, but you need to quit that, Sandy. Alleged. Can't tell you what to do, Sandy, but they said on the other side, they said, you need to put down them donuts so you can get this luck. See, somebody gonna get luck. 777 luck is finna happen. You better get ready. See, your father didn't love you in the past, man, and they was causing 3 deaths in the past. So somebody got hospital time, and they got karma coming. Because they was causing these deaths. So, they didn't want to listen. So they didn't want to watch out there. They thought they was submissive. Somebody 35, it says, I remember what really happened that day when you called the cops on me. I remember now, somebody was putting magic spells. You remember though, to get pregnant and have a baby by you. They were trying to set you up a long time. You was just living. That's why you don't operate with your genius, and you operate with your brains. And then can't nobody take you down to the sand and do magic and have babies on you, man. Like, share, and subscribe, y'all. I like y'all. They just had me challenged. I hope y'all wasn't disrespected, but that's my other personality that I have that they express when I channel. We have a good time laughing.